How did you feel during John F. Kennedy's death?
I was very devastated when John F. Kennedy was assassinated. I really did like him as a person, and I liked him as a president. I thought he was a great president. I've often wondered how the world would have been today had he not been assassinated, because I feel like he would have had another term as president. It was a sad time for this country and a sad time for most people.
How did you feel when your dad went to war?
Well, I was only 1 year old when Pearl Harbor was bombed, and a couple of years later my dad had to go into the war. He was in the Navy and was on a ship. I don't remember very much about that time because I was so young, but I do remember that in the neighborhood, all the men were gone. There were just women and children left, and it was a very lonesome time and a very worrisome time.
Next question. How did you feel about your sisters being born?
Well, I was 2 years old when one of my sisters was born, and I don't remember too very much about that. I'm only just 2 years older than her, but my second sister was born 6 years after I was born. And I do remember her being born. The thing I remember about her was she had, as a baby, she had double pneumonia and almost died, and the doctor came to our house and sat up with her all night long, and he finally pulled her through. I have two wonderful sisters now, and I really do enjoy them.
Next question. Did your mom work during World War II?
No, my mom never worked. She was a stay-at-home mom. I guess you could say she worked in the house and worked taking care of us because all the men were gone and they had to do everything a man did.
Next question. How did you feel when your mother died?
I was devastated. My mother was my mother. She was my friend. My sisters and I, and my mother, we did everything together. I loved her so very much. She was the backbone of our whole family, and when she passed away, it was just a terrible, terrible thing for our family.
Next question. How did you feel about your father could have died in the war?
Well, thankfully my father did not die in the war, which made everybody happy, but had he died in the war, it would have just been such a terrible loss. And I know it was a terrible loss for all the men that did die, their families, waiting for them to come back home. But in our neighborhood, all the men that went to war came back, and it was a happy, happy feeling that they did not die while they were in World War II. Baby, sweet baby. See Sam?